last time you were with us, we had a pro player on our team who left, said he wasn't coming back for the elimination games. Well, here we are. It's Elimination Sunday. I'm going to do something a little different this time. I had an interview with Grove City Hockey. If you like inline hockey, make sure to follow those guys on YouTube. I'm just going to go ahead and show the podcast over top of this game, so you can listen to the podcast and enjoy the game at the same time. Oh my gosh, I hope I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh, I can. You're in my fridge right now.
Thank you. Awesome.
Man, all that work, I have got hungry, so I grabbed a cheese stick.
That's awesome. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to GCH Podcast. I'm your host, Ben W. Stock. I've got a special guest with me, as you can see. His name is Mike Enders of the Beer City Growlers. How you doing, Mike?
Oh, I'm stacking pads, snagging pucks, doing great. How about you?
No, hanging in there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you're with the Beer City Growlers. They're not doing too well this session.
Yeah.
But
Thanks,
but
Ben.
you guys have a good team.
Well, yeah, we did.
I still think you do. I mean, I've played with you guys for a number of years. I like to think you guys have that camaraderie that, not many teams have. Because you guys have been playing together for how many years now?
Hey, they've been playing together for a very long time. I played against them for a while, but yeah, we've been a team in the MIHA for 4 years now, and we played at Rivertown Sports in West Michigan for going back a little bit longer. So yeah, we've been together for a while. And I feel like after COVID, a bunch of people came out to play roller hockey and made T3 pretty difficult because we have won one game in the last 2 seasons, and it was like a forfeit win the refs gave us halfway through. Though I will say we were leading the game when we got the win. I think we were leading 4-3. I don't know if we would have kept the lead, but it's been rough. Before that, we were doing really well. I mean, we had won 3 different tournaments in the MIHA. We couldn't play in playoffs the year of COVID. Just the rescheduling didn't work out for us. But the next year we went to the championship and lost to Detroit Revolution. And after that, fell off the tracks.
Well, that happens. I mean, you get a couple of key players here and there shuffle out. One can't make a tournament. It kind of throws everything into a loop.
I think another big thing for us was our home rink going down. So there's a lot of guys on our team. I think they only play in a summer league. They're not playing year round. Not even ice hockey.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. That can be that does make it tough when it's just a weekend a month. So look, tell us a little bit about yourself, because you actually go way back to almost like the initial inaugural season of MyHa when you were playing with the Giraffes, right? Yeah.
Man, I go way back because I'm 41 years old. But yes, I played originally in the Major League Roller Hockey for the DC Filibusters. Mm-hmm. That was the team. And then when Staple started up MIHA, I was on his inaugural team because he owned the DC Filibusters. So he brought me in and played for the Giraffes. I still throw on that jersey once in a while.
I still have mine too.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So, and I took a break for a long time from MIHA, but then I got back in it with these guys, the Beer City Growlers. I've only ever played for the Giraffes and Beer City, so those are my only 2 MIHA teams that I played on.
Okay. Well, now, so tell us how you got into hockey and how you fell in love with the game that we all love to play.
Yeah, I only wish that I would have gotten involved in it sooner, because I think it was the age of 17 before I started playing in the driveway with my friend Jordan. He had built a net with his dad out of wood, And like we literally had baseball mitt and pillows, like those were our pads. And I played soccer at my high school. We didn't have a hockey team, but the way I played soccer and defended that huge net was like a butterfly goalie, which is kind of funny. Um, it worked, sort of. We had our first winning season in club history. Rogers High School. We went 8-7. I don't know how much I played in that. We had a couple of studs on the team, but that was fun. And from there, like I hadn't put on skates uh, when Jordan and I were playing in the driveway, and so I one day my friend and I decided, hey, let's put on skates and let's see how this goes. And I actually found it to be easier. So I'm not that great of a skater. I can skate backwards pretty well, but I can do all the goaltending skating, but I'm not like if I tried to be a player out skating around like you, I would fail miserably.
Oh, oh, give yourself a little more credit there. So then what happened from 17 to college? Because you actually won a championship, right?
Uh Beer League championships. No, I won in Major League Roller Hockey for the DC Filibusters. We did win a title. Yes, we played against the Chicago Roller Snakes. That was quite a fun experience because back then you had to wear like a suit to the rink, and
Yeah.
they called your name out. Like they did this whole like presentation for the starting line, and you had to like skate out. And so yes, I like to the joke when Ovechkin and the Capitals won the Stanley Cup. It was the first championship for DC since the DC Filibusters won it, and whatever it
Yep.
was.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was
Good work.
2009 or 2010, something like that.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You're
it
a
were
hockey genius.
either that or it was late 2008.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah,
Good
because
time.
I remember my first game. I think was in 2009. Jaron and I were talking about it when we did our interview with him. Um, yeah, like because that was at Cedar Rock Sportsplex. Was out that way.
Your first hockey game ever?
Yeah, well, no, I mean for first pro inline, you know,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because I
Very
think
good.
you guys came in the following year, and then yeah, because it would have been DC Filibusters, Chicago Roller Snakes, the Michigan Thunder, Buffalo Wings.
Detroit
I
Revolution, I think, had a team.
Yep, yep,
Detroit
they did,
something.
and then Boston Storm. That was the first team I played with. Was the Boston Storm.
Ah, good times.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So then what? So you won a couple championships, and then you kind of divulged. And then what happened? Like you were just, I know playing beer league. You were, I would always see you around.
hmm Yeah, I mean, mainly I played roller hockey because I lived 4 miles from Rivertown Sports,
Mm-hmm.
and I had no idea how good I had it living that close to a roller hockey rink until it went away and there was just nothing around for
I
100
know.
miles.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I lived right next door to this. So yeah, I've only played on two different ice hockey teams, and man, it was took me years to get used to ice skating. I make a kick save and I just keep sliding out of my net, and I have to grab the post on the way past so I don't go in the corner.
Right.
Yeah, I've just always had a love for roller hockey, but now I get into some of these Miha games where I'm facing 40 shots in like 45 minutes, and I kind of like the ice for the air conditioning. I'm not 20 years old anymore.
No, I know. I was thinking the same thing, especially when I'm broadcasting and I'm going, man, they need to like turn the AC on so I can kind of cool down.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
So cool.
Yeah, Rivertown had a lot of little advantages that as I travel around, I don't see anymore because we had a ceiling fan over our crease, and the owner, Rick, was a goalie, so he was thinking, you know.
Yeah, Rick Rellett, he was always he was ahead of his time on a lot of the rink improvements, as I would like to say. I know that a lot of people out there will kind of give Rivertown a bad name, but I always enjoyed playing there, just because it was like that mom and pop type rink that of course, yeah, it didn't have the best flooring at the time or the best boards at the time, but the atmosphere and the people you played with and played against was always fun and entertaining. A couple of your teammates, were refs when I was reffing there. So that was a lot of fun, just kind of being able to shoot the breeze and just like I said, the whole environment. And then afterwards, everybody pretty much hung out and had a few beers before they went home.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm sure that plays out across the world in hockey rinks, but yeah, Rivertown toward the end kind of looked like an abandoned warehouse.
Yep.
But I'll always remember that it had a scoreboard on either side, so I didn't have to look over my shoulder to see how much time was left in penalties and things like that. And another thing I really appreciated as a goalie is they had pegs for the nets, which I so rarely see that. I've been scored on twice this year in Miha where the net was just off. And I get it. The ref's not going to call back goals every time that net gets off a few inches because they'd be whistling constantly.
Every 10 seconds.
But man, I appreciate pegs for nets. Come on.
Yeah. I think you would have had issues in Chicago, right, at Salt Creek?
Yeah. It's all a blur, but two different tournaments I had goals go in.
Yeah, and then
yeah, it was. Actually, I just edited that video on my YouTube channel. It was that rink. Yep.
Yeah. I remember I watched a little bit of it, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Not that it would have mattered in that game. Like one goal wasn't going to mean anything. But
no. and then I think the other one would have been at Taylor, actually.
Yeah. Probably. You are a hockey genius. You know so much about hockey, even like little details like that. So.
Well, I try to just pay attention to, everything now that I'm not playing, because it'll come back to help us out for these episodes that we're doing. So, but yeah. Excellent. So now you're playing with the boys. You're having fun. What is? You have a younger family, right? They're starting I think they're in between,
it's 3 to 14.
Yeah, okay. So now with your 3-year-old, does he go to school?
Not yet.
No. Oh, because mine's been going to school, going to daycare, and he'll have like a phenomenal day one day, and then the next day he's a complete turd. He bit somebody the other day, like unprovoked, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Has he seen you bite anybody?
No, and it was weird, because I made a comment like, I don't know, about 2 months ago, like, oh, I'm gonna bite your nose, but then I never bit him. I never bit him, and like 2 days later he gets into a little biting altercation, and then then he did it again the other day, and I'm like, dude, and I haven't I went, as soon as I said it, I went, ooh, that's not, nope, whoops. But yes, but then go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, being 3 years old, he hasn't lived a huge life yet, so saying that you're going to bite his nose is actually a huge part of his life at this point,
right,
a huge percentage of time.
Yeah.
Just got to remember that. Yeah. Got to watch what you say.
I know. Well, yeah, especially I was just like, oof. And then like I got to really watch what we do or what we say around him now, because they're like a sponge. They just soak up everything.
Have you gotten him into skates yet?
Yes. Actually, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
hang on. I'll hang on.
All right. Jeez.
So he's got these little these little what are they called?
You can drink on the show, right? All right.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
St. Patrick's Day tomorrow.
Yeah. But yeah, like these little rippers, they go all the way up to a size 11. You know, they do like from 7 to 11, so they're adjustable.
Yeah. I had some of those with my first 3. Those are great because their feet grow like every year.
Every few feet, yeah. So I put him in them like when I first got him like a year and a half ago, and put him up because I'm like, okay, he's not really ready for this yet. But now he just absolutely loves putting these on. He can't skate, but he likes to walk around in them. So we'll just start. We'll start there, you know. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had ice skates for my son, but our pond never cooperated this year with such for the second winter in a row. It was such like a weird winter, so I couldn't get him out on the ice. But I have my own inline hockey rink back here. It used to be a tennis court, and I do have some skates that might fit him. You know, if I adjust them back down to like, I have the same kind of stuff as you where you can adjust it. So I think I can adjust them back down and get them out. Because I've heard H3 is when you can get them out there. So.
Yep. Yeah, her cousins all coach hockey up this way or over this way at the Muskegon Lumberjacks, Junior Jacks, and they're like they like every time we go, he's like interested, but then he wants to run around all the time too, which is typical 3-year-old behavior. But yeah, so my question is, because I've seen a couple of your vids where you actually bring the family. Now, are they all big into the hockey, or are they just like enjoying being able to watch you play?
You know, my son James, not the 3-year-old, 10-year-old, he's big into it. He gets me out on the rink. We play a lot of hockey. He's not big into skating though, so I don't know how far he's going to go without getting on skates more. But you know, they've made signs and stuff. I tell you what, if you want to make a Miha trip really expensive, bring your family. I took them all to Chicago. They didn't go to a single one of my games. They went to Legoland, Peppa Pig World, some medieval dinner. They went to the aquarium out there. So they had a lot of fun. I'm almost, you know, I prefer probably they didn't watch any of those games because T3 is probably a little out of our league at this point. For the second season in a row, we're kind of figuring that out, but
So is there a possibility you guys might drop down to T4 for next season?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not gonna drag this on for a third season. I think we're going. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I heard that there's going to be a T5, and the new T4 is going to be, you know, like the worst of T3, the best of T4 kind of a deal. And I think that would be great for us because I think some of these T4 teams, I think we would just kill. Right. There's just a big difference between T3 and T4.
There really is. Yeah, there really is. Yeah.
But some of the T4, I think, would be a good fun challenge. I think, you know, we don't need to beat everybody, but we don't want to get, you know, you don't want to travel to another city and get mercied 8 goals.
Right. No, because that's not fun.
No. So we have good games, but I think one of our best games this season was with the Detroit Revolution. I think we lost 5-3. Oh, okay. We did play the Buffalo. We went down by a ton. We were down by 5 goals against Buffalo, and then the third period went nuts and lost only by 1 goal or something. So It's hard to, we're almost there. We're almost there. But
No,
like,
you really are. I mean, but like you said though, not being able to play, weekly or consistently, only getting
yeah.
together for my hot tournaments, it does
Mhm.
make it that much more difficult.
Mhm.
I bet if you guys were, I hate to say it like this, but if you guys were probably 10 years younger, it'd probably be a different story.
Oh yeah, if we were 10 years younger and we played every week at Rivertown Sports, we
Right,
would be a team to be reckoned with.
right. Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with you there because like I said, I played with you guys weekly. I played against you guys weekly, so I know exactly what you're talking about. So, well, cool. So then, so
Yeah.
now your daughters, do they play?
Very rarely. Um,
Okay.
one of my daughters likes to skate. She'll go to roller rinks and skate around. Sometimes we've done family hockey games. My oldest, my 14-year-old, is more artsy, and she'll just
Hmm.
kind of hang out on the bench and go like look at a duck feather she finds on the ground while we're supposed to be playing hockey. I think I got at least one hockey player. I think my youngest actually might be into it too. So
Yeah.
probably just the boys.
Okay. Okay. That's good. So now we also have another shared mutual hobby, and that's hunting. You love to hunt. I love to hunt as well. Um, tell
Oh,
us
that's cool.
tell us a little bit about how that came around for you, because I
Oh,
don't think you were you really big into it growing up, or did you just get into it the last few years?
hunting. I did not do it too much growing up. A little.
Okay.
My dad was big into hunting. Um, I built websites though, and I built a website for these hunters. They had invented something called the Rain Broadhead, and they actually were doing a television show to kind of promote it. And I was going to not only do their website, but do video editing for them because
Hmm.
that's what I went to school for. And they got me addicted to hunting. They took me out. I actually became like part owner of the company, and I did that for I don't know, maybe not quite a decade. I recently got out of it, but we had a TV show, we had DVDs
Yeah.
on the store shelves, and now I do everything. I hunt duck, deer, I trap, small game.
Oh, that's
I mean,
awesome.
I'm kind of into everything. I've got a fox right now that's at the taxidermist.
Oh,
My
that was close.
taxidermist texted me
Gosh,
today
damn it.
asking me what kind of base I wanted on.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
No, he,
I
he
am.
made a good shot.
I
It hit
mean,
off
if
the
you look
post.
behind me, these are a couple of wood ducks.
Yeah,
These are the first two ducks I ever got out in my backyard, and
that's awesome.
I have to trust the
beautiful
Huey to have
old
that.
wood ducks.
I should have come out further.
Um, I have a honey hole back here for wood duck hunting.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
pretty much
cool.
if there's water back there, it's a sure thing.
Yeah.
I limit out 5 minutes after dawn.
That's amazing. So right when shooting hours are, and then boom, you're right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
So that's cool. Yeah, no. So like I grew up hunting. My stepdad took me out. Whenever he could. My grandfather always hunted. He was a police officer, and
Great.
EMT and firefighter. So like that was one of the things that we always got a chance to do. Every Thanksgiving, we would go out hunting, and not very often were we successful, but just being out there was enough to make the memories.
That's cool. I think I knew that we shared that, but I had forgotten about it. So
Yeah, yeah, because we had talked about it when you first, I want to say, yeah, about 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, it was crazy.
So how often do you get in the woods?
Since Luke has been born, I haven't been able to get out at all.
No
Yeah.
hockey, no hunting. What do you even do for fun? Ben stock.
I literally just watch my kid. I just make sure that he doesn't do anything that he's not supposed to.
Full-time job.
Yeah, it really is. I was a single parent there, right after day 12. So that was pretty tough for the first 18 months, and then after that, you kind of have to share custody a little bit. So it's working out pretty well. Now we got a baby on the way, and looking forward to she's gonna be coming around in August or for later part of July.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, she's so it was crazy because I got to Minnesota, landed, we got all of that snow overnight from Thursday to Friday. Leslie gives me a call as I'm sleeping in my hotel room because there's an hour time difference.
Mm-hmm.
She's screaming. She's hurt. She's laying on the steps outside. She had slipped and fell, twisted up her knee. Didn't know what to do, so I was like, I called my buddy John, who lives right around the corner from me, and I was like, hey man, I'm not sure what you're doing, but Leslie just fell down the stairs. I need you to help her get to the hospital to check out, make sure everything was okay. Baby's good. Leslie just has a tweaked knee.
Jeez.
So, yeah, she likes to give me a heart attack anytime she's not around.
Yeah. Wow. So, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, yeah, she's now starting to feel a little bit better, but man, it was like, what are you doing? Wow. Trying to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so I started watching, I kind of stepped away from the whole game, of hockey, because I had to. And then, so now, like I said, it's just, I was hunting. And then once Luke came, it was time to just be there for him, and do whatever I could to make sure that he was happy and healthy and all that jazz. So, but things are starting to settle down. That's when I jumped on with Grove City, and been broadcasting with those guys ever since, and I absolutely love it. Those guys, they do everything they can to make you feel right at home and a part of the team. So I absolutely love it.
Well, I appreciate what you guys do. I'd love to incorporate your footage into mine and see for an episode, see how that looks.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely do that. We'll make that work.
Fun episode to hear the announcers too. I know Nasher did a video like that with the announcers.
Yeah,
so that was fun.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll make that happen.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So, all right. So, any last words before we hop off here?
Oh, yeah. Hey, hit that subscribe button at Vintage Goalie. I think I'm the only YouTuber out there that's doing that first-person point of view goaltending view.
Right. Yeah. So, from a goaltender perspective, absolutely. I don't think I've seen anyone else doing that, and I think it's awesome because it's like when I'm watching those shots coming at you, I'm going, I can't even see that.
Yeah. So typically, I mean, the camera is right here on me.
Okay.
So typically, if you can't see it, I probably can't. I mean, there's not much distance, right. And left to right, you're right with me. So if I'm screened, you're screened too. So
yeah. And it's it's really cool, and it's amazing stuff to see. I'm actually looking forward to seeing more of what you have because just like you, I'll be turning 41 this year. So I love watching all of the things that you got going on.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big 4-1.
Yep. Yeah, Leslie just turned 41 back in January too, so she's just like, let's do this. I'm like, all right. So cool, man. But yeah, so make sure you turn on all notifications, like and subscribe to Vintage Goalie, right, Mike?
Vintage Goalie, yeah. Thank you.
No problem. It's a good plug for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll take it.
All right, buddy. Cool. Well, we are just about out of time. So, Mike, any final words?
Hey, I had a good time, and look forward to seeing you in Fort Wayne. That's the next tournament I will be at. Will you be there?
I'm not sure. There's 2 Fort Waynes. I got to get clearance from the old lady.
I think I'm the second one.
Yeah, I got to get clearance from the old lady first.
Okay.
Been gone a lot,
Oh
so
my gosh.
I got to make sure that
Serious?
everything's okay with her.
Second one.
Understood.
Before yeah, you know how that goes. So, but all right, Mike. Well, it's a pleasure having you on the podcast, and we'll look forward to seeing you down in Fort Wayne. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bud. Have a good night. Cheers.
See ya.
311.